Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Pauline Fu. In this video, I will present ordinary general annuities, how to find the present value, and how to find the payment. By the end of this lecture, you would be able to compute the present value for ordinary general annuities using formula and using calculator. You will also learn how to compute the payment PMT for ordinary general annuities, both using formula and calculator. The formula for calculate the present value of ordinary general annuity is given here. And in this formula, we use equivalent rate per payment period P. P equal to 1 plus I raised to power C. C is number of interest compounding period per payment interval. Okay, so C equal to number of compounding period per year for interest CY divided by number of payment per year PY. Okay, that is C. And I is the periodic interest rate, and N is the term. Let's look at an example. A 30-year mortgage on a condominium requires payments of $915.60 at the end of each month. Interest is 5.5% compounded semi-annually. What was the mortgage principal? Okay, so let's analyze this question. The question asks you, what is the mortgage principal? So what is the present value of the annuity? Mortgage is an annuity because you make a series of payments. Okay. 915 is the PMT. You make a payment at the end of each month. So 1 year you make 12 payments. PY equal to 12. PY by definition, number of payments per year. Interest is compounded semi-annually. Semi-annually means CY equal to 2. Every year interest is converted 2 times. Compounded semi-annually. Okay. And this is over 30 years. So the term N equal to 30 multiplied 12. 30 multiplied 12, and that is 360. Okay. So again, this question asks you, what is the present value of ordinary general annuity? Remember, ordinary means payment is made at the end of period. General means PY not equal to CY. That is general. PY not equal to CY. So first, we'll consider formula method. In order to use formula method, you need to calculate equivalent rate per payment period P. And to calculate P, you need C. number of interest compounding period per payment interval. Okay, C equal to, remember C equal to CY over PY. Okay, CY represents number of interest conversion periods per year. PY represents the number of payments per year. In this example, CY equal to 2. Interest is compounded semi-annually. PY equal to 12. A year, you make 12 payments. So C equal to 1 over 6. Okay, and then I is periodic interest. Interest is 5%. 5% divided by 2. That is I equal to 2.75% or 0.0275. Okay. So once you identify I, 0.0275, C is 1 over 6, you can calculate P. P equal to 1 plus I raised to power C. P equal to 1 plus I 1 plus I raised to power C minus 1. Okay. There is no extra bar here. Okay. It is just 1 plus I raised to power C minus 1. That is P. And the result for P, 0.0045316. Okay. So how do you interpret the P? P is 0.453168% per month. Okay. So P is the equivalent rate of interest per payment period. So next, we just plug in the formula. Okay. So PV equal to PMT times 1 minus 1 plus I raised to power negative n. Okay, this is actually P. Okay, this number should be P and divided by P. Okay, and then you get the present value, $162,367.41. Okay, so that is the formula method to find the present value of ordinary general annuity. You need to find the P. Those values are P, equivalent rate per payment period. Okay, so now let's go to calculator method. Okay. To use calculator method, I will go back to this original question and pull out my calculator. Okay, it is here. Make sure your calculator is at the end mode. If you see nothing on top right corner of your calculator, that is end. Okay. So second, quit to clear any previous data. Second, PY. PY is 12. Enter. Then use down arrow key. You see CY. CY is 2. Enter. And then second, quit. Okay. So you all set up. And then you just enter the numbers. The first number, there is no sequence, but you must enter 4 numbers, not 3. You need to enter 4 numbers. When you use formula, you need 3 numbers. You need a P, you need a N, you need a PMT. Calculator need 4 numbers. Okay. So N equal to 360. So 360, that is term N. 5.5 is interest. 5.5 IY. Okay. Present value $915. 0.6, that is a negative number, and PMT. We have just entered 3 numbers. Remember, we need 4 numbers. Okay. So next number is 0 is the present value as a precaution to clear any previous entries. And final step, compute PV. Okay. See, you get exactly the same number as we get from formula method. Okay. So I will briefly write down the calculator method. Make sure you set, make sure it is at end mode. Make sure calculator is at end mode, and then PY equal to 12, CY equal to 2. Okay, set up your calculator. After that, you enter N. N is 360, and PMT is negative number. PMT enter negative 915.6, and IY 5.5, IY 5.5, and finally, do not forget 0 is FV, 0 FV, and then CPT, compute PV, and you will get 162,367. Sometimes you get negative number, but you need to interpret it properly. In this case, the this is positive number, that's fine, because we entered the PMT as negative number. Okay, so this is 0.40, maybe 41. Okay, so this is a calculator method. Okay. And for formula method, you just use the formula. All right, so that is this one. This is formula method. So we just did present value of ordinary general annuity. Next, I will present PMT for ordinary general annuities. Again, I will use 2 methods. One is formula. To calculate PMT, you use this formula. In this formula, you need 3 numbers. You need the future value of the general annuity. The subscript G means general. Okay. And you use P, equivalent rate per payment period. Okay. Remember P equal to 1 plus I, 1 plus I raised to power n C, raised to power C, minus 1. Raised to power C minus 1, and C equal to CY over PY. C equal to CY over PY. CY represents number of interest compounding periods per year, and PY represents number of payments per year. C represents number of interest conversion period per payment interval. And I is a periodic interest. Okay, So you need three things, okay, for PMT. You need a future value FV, you need a P, equivalent rate per payment period, and you need a C. No, you need a FV, you need a P, and you need N, the term N. Need these three numbers, okay? So now let's look at example. What payment made at the end of each year for 18 years will amount to 16,000 at 4.2% compounded monthly. So the question asks you, what payment is made at the end of each year? Means what is PMT? That is the question. What is PMT? Okay. You make a payment every year for 18 years. So N equal to 18. And 1 year you make one payment. So PY equal to 1. PY equal to 1. And the money will accumulate to 16,000. So 16,000 is FV, future value. Future value is 16,000. This number here. And interest compounded monthly means CY equal to 12. If interest compounded monthly, CY equal to 12. Okay. So first we use a formula method. In order to use formula method, you need to calculate P. Okay. P equal to 1 plus I raised to power C minus 1. And I is a periodic interest. I equal to 4.2% divided by 12. 4.2% divided by 12. And it comes up with 0.0035. That is I. Okay. And C equal to CY over PY. CY over PY. CY equal to 12. PY equal to 1. So C equal to 12. Okay. And once you have I, you have C, you can calculate P here. P value. P equal to 1 plus I, 1 plus, this is I, raised to power C. C is 12, then minus 1, and you get P, 0.042818. Okay. And then you plug in this P value into PMT formula. PMT equal to FV. FV is 16,000 FV. P 0.0428, okay, over 1 plus P raised to power N. N is 18 minus 1. So the answer you get $607.92. So that is the formula method to calculate payment for ordinary general annuity. Okay. Now let's use calculator method. Okay. So second quit. Second PY. PY is 1. You make payment only one time for a year. So 1 Press enter. Down arrow key CY. CY is 12 because interest is compounded monthly. Enter. Then second, quit. And now, enter term N is 18. 18 is N. Interest 4.2. 4.2 is interest IY. Present value is 0. 0 is the present value, PV. And future value is 16,000. 16,000. And this is the future value, FV. The question asks you to calculate PMT, so compute PMT. And you get $607.92. Okay. You get negative because this is the payment you make, the money out of your pocket, which is, and you have to interpret it correctly. Okay. All right. So this example, I use both formula and calculator to compute payment for ordinary general annuities. So in summary, what I did in this video, I did two things. One, I compute the present value of ordinary general annuity. Two, I compute payment for ordinary general annuity. In both situations, I use two methods. The first method, formula. The second method, calculator. And when you do the formula method, you need a P, equivalent rate of interest per payment period. And when you do the calculator, make sure calculator is at end mode, and make sure you set up PY and CY correctly. And remember, you need 4 numbers to enter into calculator. Okay. Hope you learned something in this video. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you next time.